Anthony, not a lot of fight to break down and evaluate, but I mean, we all knew this was going to be a slugfest. But ever in your mind did you come in thinking, I can get this thing done in 13 seconds?
Not 13 seconds, but I knew I would knock him out eventually. And I had pictured it for a while now, and I told my coach this morning, I said, if I knock Glover out, it's going to be by uppercut, and it worked out.
What was it about the uppercut that you thought would work?
I don't really study fights too much. I might watch 1 or 2 rounds of maybe 2 fights, and I can tell what a person likes to do. And I did that, and I just knew if I hit him with an uppercut, it would be lights out.
So interesting because obviously, you're a dangerous knockout artist, but you went out of your way all week to be respectful of Glover amidst everything that was going on with all the back and forth in the main event. I noticed you tonight even clapping for him during his introduction. Why are you going out of your way to make it such a point that sportsmanship is a key of this when it's built around bad blood and rivalry?
I didn't go out of my way. That's just who I am. I respect fighters, man. We go out there, we put our life on the line, honestly, because if we get hit the wrong way, it can be a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? So, yeah, every time they introduce a fighter, I always clap for them because they put in just as much hard work as I did. So I just like to show them respect.
And I think people feel you're the natural #1 contender, but you made it a point to call it out. How do you feel that fight goes this time?
A lot different. DC's a hell of a champion. It's an honor to fight him again. I'm looking forward to it.
Rumble, you said, you have a lot of respect for fighters, and so I wondered if you got a chance to look at the main event and did you have respect for the effort that those 2 guys put out and what they did in putting on that kind of fight?
Yeah, they showed this thing working? Okay. They showed a tremendous amount of heart on both parts, and I really like how at the end of the fight, Nate helped Conor up, and they gave each other a hug, and I'm like, okay, they do have respect for each other. And I was very impressed with Conor. I mean, he showed so much heart. We all know Nate is a grinder. He can go. But tonight, Conor showed that he isn't just all talk. He showed that he has a lot of heart, too.
And then to follow up on that, just one thing. There are some people on the internet are making the point that Conor ran. And you as a striker, I wonder if when you look at what he did, kind of the reset area, would you describe that as running?
As running, I see it as, like you said, just moving around, resetting, and he didn't want to really get in a slugfest because he did that the first time they fought and he gassed out. So he played it right, he played it smart and took his time and stayed patient. So Conor knew what he was doing.
And that you would feel like you'd need to do in your camp, or is it just more of the same and anticipating a better outcome this second time?
Just keep training hard, keep doing what I'm doing because so far it's working. Just grind. That's what I need to do, just keep grinding and just push myself damn near to the point of exhausted. You know what I'm saying? I just, to the point where I can barely walk anymore. I want to push myself that hard.
Anthony, last time you fought Daniel, it was actually on short notice for him. He stepped in for John when he couldn't fight. Given that you're likely going to be the #1 contender, how much more do you think a full training camp is really going to benefit you against Daniel?
It's going to be great. I'm just looking forward to it again. This is something that I've wanted for a long time. I only want to compete against the best, and so far, since I've been back in the UFC, that's what I've been doing. And this is my second chance at a title, so I really want to go out there and I want to dominate. Daniel, he said that when we're in the cage, it's Daniel time or something like that, which is fine. It can be Daniel time, but at the end of the night, it's going to be my time.
And when you fought Daniel the first time, you clipped him pretty good. I mean, you sent him down, and you still weren't able to finish the fight. Tonight was a completely different story. Can you compare, when you're able to land your biggest shot and finish the fight as opposed to when you can and the frustration that you endure not being able to finish with a big shot?
Daniel took a hell of a shot and he took it like a man, you know what I'm saying? And I was very surprised that he got back up because, usually I hit you one time and you drop and you don't get back up unless somebody's helping you up. But Daniel hopped right back up and kept it moving. So hopefully I don't get as frustrated next time and I just keep landing big shots on him and eventually put him out.
Hey, Rumble. So, question for you. You know, I'm not sure if you're an everything happens for a reason kind of person, but I think you are, right? Any regrets, though, not just starting at 205 a long time ago? You knew I was going to ask this. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think you fought at 170.
It does not surprise me that you, of all people, asked me that. No, like you said, everything happens for a reason. I tell people all the time that if I would have fought at 185 or 205, people probably wouldn't know who I am. Because 185, you had Anderson, he was killing people. Chuck Liddell was knocking people's heads off left and right, and Randy Couture was around, and just they had monsters at each weight class. I was too green. I was too new to the game. I didn't have a chance at 85 or 205, and thank God I did some good things at 170 and some bad things at 170, and now a lot of people know who I am, and now, you know, I'm fighting at 205 where I belong because I'm a lot smarter than I was when I was fighting at 170. Dropping from 210 to 170 back then was stupid. That's just what it was. You know, I was immature. I didn't know the game. I thought that I had the wrestler's mentality. You lose as much weight as you can, you'll be the bigger, faster, stronger guy, and that's wrestling. It's not the same mentality for fighting. Wrestling, you know, you got, I think, 3-2-2, 3-minute round, the first round, the last two are 2-minute rounds. It's a big difference, 5-5-5. You know what I mean? So, but I don't regret anything at 170 at all.
Hey, Anthony, congratulations. Are you able to shed any light as to why you had to postpone the fight back in July?
Just dealing with family stuff.
Okay.
That's it. You know, and I don't want to put, you know, family business with.
But it's all good now?
You know, yeah, everything's great. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Trust me.
Are you at all worried, since John Jones and his team seem to be confident that their situation is going to be resolved, that he might leapfrog you and get the shot first?
Nope, not at all. Daniel is beyond that. I'm beyond it. You know, Daniel wants to fight me, and I want to fight him. As far as John, he can sit back and wait. That's just what it is right now. That's nothing against him, but that's just what's going to happen.
Have you been assured that that won't happen from the UFC?
From Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel said, you know, he wants to fight me. He said he's not worried about John. We're just not focused on it. For what? Until he's back, what's the point of even having a conversation about him?
Have you thought about trademarking Humble Rumble?
No.
It's a good moniker.
Yeah, I like it.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good.
All right.
Thank you.
You're good.
Thank you, guys.